Good morning, y'all. It's Monday. Not that it matters. You might not see this until next Monday. But by now, y'all know that I received my stand mixer. And thank you so much, Debbie Morton, um, for making work for me. Now I'm going to have to do more baking and more cooking and get out my rotating cake stand and make homemade cakes and homemade icing. I'm just tired already. Oh, a little something's showing there. Um, and yes, I named him. We're going to be together for a long time, maybe longer than I've ever been married before. I don't know. I might not live that long. I better put this in my will. But anyway, I named him, and his name is Maximilian, but he will be known as Max. Okay? Now, there's a little problem when you have. Let me see, which way am I supposed to go to keep this thing from falling? There we go. There's a problem when you have something that is this heavy, and I believe he weighs about 26 pounds, which is about what a KitchenAid of the same size weighs. But that's good because it means he is metal. He's not plastic. He's going to last a long, y'all can see I can't keep my hands off of him. But he's going to last a really long time. And, but the problem with these guys is that is how heavy they are. Okay. So he sits, gosh, 4-6 inches clearance underneath my cabinet. Can y'all see that? There's plenty of room, but there's not plenty of room when you release him up so you can put your gadgets on and remove your bowl or add ingredients. So the answer to that is to create a way that he's easily acceptable. He's acceptable, trust me, accessible. And I'm going to show you what I've come up with. Okay, now, let me see here. Okay, I have got down a piece of I call it craft paper. It came in the box. So you can tell this has really more than one purpose, this paper. And I also have my trusty little, I thought for the longest time that was polka dots, y'all, but it's hearts. That's because I don't see that well. Okay, shut up, Deborah. Let's get to the point. I'm not saying anything. I am going to make a pattern. Okay. So I'm going to try not to get. So what I'm going to do is I am following his curves around on this paper. Now I'm probably going to have to do it twice, just to make sure it shows up. Now, I thought about using a magic marker, y'all, but if I got anything on him, it would kill me. I do think, though, because of his slick surface, it would come right off, but I am not taking any chances. Okay, so let's see if I did that well enough. Come here, baby boy. Oh, you're heavy. Oh, my little dish back there. Woo. Okay, so he's got rubber on him, on the bottom, and that keeps him, you know, from moving around while he's working. Okay, so this is, I hope y'all can see that. It's a pattern that I drew. Can you see that? I think you can see that. Okay, now then. The reason I drew that pattern is because I'm going to ask my friend Vicki that made that beautiful bag for me, which Hazel likes, but for a limited amount of time. I'm going to ask her to make something for me, and I'm going to have to send her the pattern. And Vicki, I want to pay you for this, sweetie, okay? No arguing. Okay, so this is what I have come up with. Now let me see if you see these are my 2 pot holders that she sent me with my little owls on them and everything. Okay, now let me show you. Put Max up here so you can see that. Why do I have to have everything just right? I don't know. So watch now, y'all. I can slide him very easily into his spot. And at the same time, where can I get him here? It's not easy. Okay, and I can slide him right out. And then when I'm done, I slide him back into his little corner. Tell me I'm not brilliant. Because I would never do anything to mess up my countertops. There's probably some genius out there that has already come up with this. Now, y'all, they do make covers. They make covers to cover them, a dust cover or whatever. I don't really feel the need for that. Maybe down the road I might get tired of looking at him, but not right now. So I'm going to send this to Vicki and ask her if she can make it an inch bigger than the pattern. And that way, for sure, there'll be plenty of room in the back and the front and on the sides. So y'all, for people who have a hard time with their heavy mixer. Now, am I going to lift him up and put him down in that cabinet? Oh, heck no. No. My sciatica would love that. But no, I'm not going to do that. I'm so happy to have him, and I'm sure he'll get used at least twice a week. So why would I want to do that? Now, y'all, I did something really bad. I made a cake. Yep, I made a cake, my first cake in Max. Now, I just used a cake mix. I didn't make a video. I'm sorry. Max and I we needed to get to know each other a little bit. We needed some private time. God, sometimes I can't believe the crap that comes out of my mouth. But I was so excited, but I was so exhausted, y'all. I just couldn't even think about making a video. But I am going to tell you, I dumped everything in that bowl. I used the paddle mixer, perfection. Perfection, okay? I mean, it, everything was mixed. There were no dry spots. I didn't have to go around the bowl to make sure everything was mixed. Everything was mixed at the bottom. That's what I'm thinking. That little nipple in the middle is just enough to let the contents kind of slide down, and then the thing goes right around it. Perfect. I'm so excited. I read this book cover to cover. Now, in the interest of being transparent, I have to tell you, this is not all in English, okay? So it wasn't that big, but there's lots of recipes in there. There's lots of tips in there. But I tell you, I'm going to make a lasagna today if it kills me. And one, I'm going to use, it's going to have homemade sauce. I'm going to use it to mix up my sauce ingredients before I put them on the pan, in the pan to boil them and simmer them. And I'm going to have to get on that pretty quick this morning because they need to simmer for all those flavors. And then this recipe, which is over there, it's called the best lasagna in the world. And I mean, it got 5 stars across the board. And it calls for sweet Italian sausage, and it calls for ground beef and spices. I'm going to mix that up in my mixer. Y'all, I'm so excited. So that's like 2 times today. Oh no, I have to make icing for the cake I made. I said I wasn't going to use that canned stuff anymore. And, maybe if I'm like, really got to get that together. But I just have to plan a little bit better. So, y'all, I just love my mixer. And, like I said, I'm going to try to put these out in the right sequence. But like I said, I went back and forth and back and forth. Am I really going to use it? It's kind of a big investment. But I think I will use this more than a new set of pots and pans. I rarely ever use pots and pans, y'all. I mean, hardly ever. But, okay, take a breath, relax. Now, one thing I have to do before I start my lasagna, and that is, and Vicky, by the way, feel free to say no. I'll find somebody local to do it. They won't do as good a job as you, and I'd be really disappointed if you couldn't do it. But I would understand. You know what they say about Jewish mothers? Laying on the guilt. Well, this is this half Irish, half French woman laying on the guilt. No, all joking aside, I totally would understand. I know you're busy. But there's something about baking a lasagna in a metal pan. I can't do it. Besides, the cake is in there. I don't know. Maybe if I lined it really good with parchment paper or something. Because I have an idea for that cake. But, y'all, I don't know. It's, okay, I'll tell you what it is. The acidity and tomatoes and the sauce, okay, um, with metal. There's just something about that. I don't know. It just doesn't. I'm going to Google and see if it's possible that I can use some parchment paper to create a barrier between the metal pan and my tomato sauce. I want this lasagna because it's going to take me hours to put together. Um, you know when you make something a lot and it's just like you just whip it out. Well, I haven't cooked in 12 years, I don't know, a long time since I've had a family to cook for. I no longer have those recipes up here. Um, so anyway, that's the problem, and I may have to run to Walmart and get a glass pan. My neighbors, they don't have one. But anyway, that's the only thing that might put a little wrinkle and a delay in this process. So, y'all stay tuned, and I'll talk to you later. Bye now.